Ashley did it. Morning, Ash.
Good morning.
Everything's fine.
Okay.
I'll talk to you later. Okay,
What,
change.
what is this? I'm the token guy today.
You're the what?
I'm
Yes.
the token guy today.
So listen to this at our retreat. Other than Eric, who was one of the coaches, and my godson who was helping, we had one guy sign up for the retreat and come with his wife. And he actually loved it. So you're in the chair of honor today. Absolutely in the chair of honor. So guys, while I'm waiting for Eric to jump on, he just sent me a text. He'll be here in a minute. What's going on? Share some stuff. What's all the buzz in the market?
I may have 2 listings this week.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, I've got appointment on Friday and May.
Can we reframe that?
I have 2 appointments this week.
I have 2 appointments and they are signing.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Who else? Oh, Eric's coming in. Who else has got something amazing going on? It doesn't have to be business. It can be personal.
I've got a listing that I'm getting ready to put on the market from a friend. She called me yesterday.
Oh, nice, Janet. Where is it and how much is it?
We're finalizing it. It's in probably one of the hottest areas on the vineyard, an area called Katama. And so it's a small house. You're not going to believe it. It's like 1,032 square feet. We'll probably put it on for 1.6.
Oh, those are California prices. That's a buy here. Let me tell you, that is an absolute buy.
Oh, it won't last on the market. It'll be gone. I'm like, thank the dear Lord, because I've got some that have been hanging on, and I'm like, thank you. I get to have an easy one for a change.
That's good. Dee Dee, we missed you.
Oh, I missed you guys too. I had to send you a message last week because I was running late, and it sounded like guys that we're having a nice class with the lake retreat preview or after post party refresh. No, I just wanted to chime in with what Janet said. In our market, a lot of stuff is just sitting there. It's just sitting, and it's really sad to see, because now with everything new that we have to do, it just means that we either have to really get our negotiation skills really, really strong. And of course, that the people know our value, because it's just, they don't want to lower the prices. I don't know what's going on. They just need to lower just a little bit, but they don't want to. So they're sitting too, Janet, here in New Jersey. So good luck with yours. I hope it sells quickly. But yeah, I'm looking forward to things getting much better in our area. And it's nice seeing you, Peggy. Nice seeing you.
We missed you. So put it on your calendar next year, Dee Dee. It's going to sell out quickly, I will tell you. Well,
I already have. I put it in the calendar already.
Good. And we'll get those details out real soon. So good morning. Good morning. I am super excited to have Eric Gilman as our guest. Well, let me tell you, Eric and I met, 9 years ago, when I came to Keller Williams. And excuse me, guys, it's early here. He came in as the Cutco guy, and I've known the power of Cutco and given it as gifts. And you're probably saying, why'd she have a nice guy on today? Why are we talking Cutco? Well, because do you know the personality, or what the values are, or what the family life is like, or what their big why is? The people that you do business with every day that are your affiliates, do you really know them? Or do you just know them as, well, Eric's the Cutco guy, or so-and-so is my photographer, or so-and-so is the home inspector? We don't really get to know everybody. And Jean talks about relationships all the time. So Eric, although he's known as the Cutco guy, he has been a member of the Cutco Hall of Fame for 17 years, which is pretty cool. However, he has written a book And this book here, he gave out at the lake house. Sarah's on the call. Eric, she was one of the people who got your book. I'm trying to get this in the camera. The Power to Change. And I'm going to let him jump in and talk about this because he is an amazing author. He's an amazing motivator. He has driven his bike across country for a huge cause. And I ran into Eric at the regional event, and it was like, wow, it was like we had just hung out yesterday. And so I said, Eric, I love your book. You're doing so many great things. I do this thing called Wake Up Wednesday. It's 6 a.m. because we're in California. Would you do me the honor of being on? And he said, absolutely. So I want you to learn I want you to get into relationships, not with the product that people have, but I want you to find the person behind the product, because you have no idea what you're going to get to learn from them. So Eric, love you, motivate us, tell us everything. Welcome.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much, Peggy. I really appreciate it. And good morning, everybody. Happy Wake Up Wednesday from California. I came onto the call. I heard 1,000 square feet for $1 million. I'm like, we must have California people on the call. So that's
actually Martha's Vineyard.
I saw that
yeah.
in the title there. I was like, oh, yep, there's a few little pockets around, a few other little beautiful pockets around the world. But I'm just really stoked to add value to your team. And yeah, I've known Peggy now for, almost a decade. And I like to say that I've been selling knives and changing lives for 17 years now. So really, really grateful for the kind words, Peggy. And it does mean a lot, because a lot of the times, someone who just about me, I've been doing this. This is my high school summer job. Show of hands, who's familiar, ever heard of Cutco knives before? Cool. Almost everybody on the call. So, and that, don't worry, this isn't. And I appreciate you taking the time to be here. This isn't going to turn to the 8 ways of how to give Cutco effectively. More so, what we're going to be focusing on today is, selling knives and changing lives. But what do I mean by that changing lives aspect of it? That's not just some cheesy tagline that we came up with. And again, to thank you for the compliment of, we do work with some really high caliber people in our company. So just tell you a story about myself before we dive into, because I've been doing this for, with agents, been working with agents and business owners for 10 years, taking Cutco, which, if you haven't heard of it, which I think everyone has, super high quality American made knife, and we custom engrave it with your name, your logo, your tagline, and we turn a 100% American made high quality kitchen item, which is, the most trafficked area in the house, into a branding tool. Instead of the wine, the gift cards, the champagne, or the pens and pads of paper that run out of ink, this is something that actually lasts forever, and it helps you brand. But I wanted to go really 3-dimensional today and give you some other exciting and thought-provoking tips of how to stimulate more business today. Because what we're here going to be talking about, the meat and potatoes, is how to increase your repeat and referral-based business, right? Who on this call is interested in getting more repeat referral-based business? Yes or yes? Right. Yes. And we all know this intuitively. It's 5 times more expensive to get a new client than it is to retain a current one. And I'm guilty of this too. Sometimes we get so lost in our lead generation that we forget about the most valuable asset that we have, which is our what? Relationships, our sphere, our past clients, the people who we started with, the cornerstone, the bedrock of this business. And so we'll talk a little bit about that, but share a quick story with y'all. Peggy she mentioned it briefly. I did drive my bike across country. It's funny. You're not the first person to say that. I did drive it across country, and I also rode it across country. I had to drive it across to ride it across. Any cyclists on the call? Any bike riders? Does everyone here know how to ride a bike? Right, most people. Okay, cool. We're all on the same page then.
Bicycle or motor?
Either one, training wheels is okay too. So I rode a bicycle, not an e-bike, not a motorbike, regular bike, from Miami to San Diego. Did that. Miami to San Diego is 3,100 miles. It took me 9 weeks. I went through 8 states. Altogether, we raised $112,000 for a hospital that I built in Haiti. So that was something that I've had the opportunity to do with Cutco people. We built this hospital in Haiti. That was the why behind it. To answer the question that's inevitably on your minds right now, I can see it on your faces. My ass is okay. All right. It has recovered. 9 weeks on a bike is pretty rough, but we're here. And when the why is strong enough, the how reveals itself. And really what I want you to hear there, and we have plenty of time today, so I'm going to share a quick story from the ride, is whether it's biking across the country, retiring with your family, hanging out with your kids, what I need you to hear is I took 4 months away from my business and it still produced $85,000 of Cutco sales, which is the GCI equivalent of about selling 2 homes. So who on the call will be interested in building a business that when you step away from it, it continues to produce, which is by definition a business. I learned that at Tony Robbins when I was 23 years old. He goes, raise your hand if you're a business owner. 80% of the people in the room raise their hand. He goes, raise your hand if you left your business for a month, it will still be intact and operating at the same level. And about 80% of those people dropped their hands, me being one of them. And he realized it's nothing offense. You're not a business owner. You're an employee of your own business. And so what we're going to talk about today is systemization of client appreciation. But yeah, so the bike ride, one quick story from it. I rode one day, my longest day. And I think it's important to hear is 150 miles, right? So it's 150 miles, but it wasn't because I wanted to bike 150 miles in one day. My plan was to do 75 miles one day and then 75 miles another day. And then I was in Florida. Anyone in Florida on this call? Well, what happened? What happens in Florida?
It rains.
Oh yeah, big time. And so I had to take my 75-mile days and combine them into one day. And so 2 things happened, right? Number one, I said on social media, who would donate $150 if I bike 150 miles tomorrow? And one person said he'll match everything. And long story short, that exploded to over $4,200 of donations before I put my first mile on the road the next day. So what's important here there is, what did I do? I shared it. I shared it and declared it. I let people know what I was doing. I let them know how big of a goal I had. And I was vulnerable. And I said, I don't know if I could do this, because people fall in love when you're honest and vulnerable, right? And when you're truthful with it. So share that story. But who can relate in some ways? Was 2023 the best year of your career? Here, let me put it this way. Let me reframe that question. I had the worst year in the last 10 years of my career in 2023. Don't feel the need to raise your hand too, just being honest. Reorders dropped about 80%. That's the lifeblood of our business. The point is, I'm grateful. I finished the year not down a single percent, actually up 1%, not because things got better, but because what did I do? I upped the work. I changed the mentality and I let people know what I was doing. So same thing with that 150-mile ride day, right? 2023 for a lot of us was that rain. 2023 was the challenge that created it, right? And it's out of necessity that we have a great 2024. Because for me, when circumstances change, when it rains, when mortgage rates change, when all this BS happens in the world, my why doesn't change, right? Your bills don't become not needed to be paid. Your kids don't stop eating food, right? Mortgages don't get discounted when rates go up. The point is it change your activity level. And I'm going to give you some stuff today to do that with. So fast forward, long story short, on that day, right? Just like you think you're going to be done by 8 p.m. I thought I was going to be done. Fast forward to 8 p.m. I'm only 100 miles in. So how you do something is how you do everything, right? So get forward to 11:49, 11:50 at night when I biked into Quincy, Florida. Anyone ever been to Quincy? Didn't think so. Okay. So one stop. No way. You're the first. Cool. It's in the Panhandle. You must know it. Little small stoplight town. And so anywho, I get into town at about midnight and I'm at 149 miles. And remember, how you do something is how you do everything. And there's one little bar in the town and it's a Friday night. And so I stayed taking laps around this bar. And at about the 5th lap, people start noticing. And then about the 7th lap, this guy, I stopped my bike. I hit 151 miles for the day. And I stopped my bike in front of the bar and he looks up at me and he got like long hair. He looks like he's been to every Grateful Dead concert that took place. And he looks at me and goes, dude, I think I'm tripping. And I'm like, I'm real, man. I promise. And I gave him a sticker and I was like, here in the morning, trust me, I'm not an illusion. And I took off. And the point being is the next morning I woke up to that being the single largest donation day of the entire ride. And the thing is this, don't judge your raw footage off of someone else's highlight reel. Don't take someone else's 50 closings for 2023 and don't think that they didn't have 10 times as many hangups or cancellations or cried in their car, right? If you haven't cried in your car by yourself, I don't think you can call yourself a real sales professional just yet. It's okay. If you haven't yet, you'll get there. But the point is, right, don't judge your raw footage off of someone else's highlight reel. So I want to give you some of the meat and potatoes and add as much value as I can in this morning. And, I wanted to start with just a little bit of a story because we have a lot of, enough time. And we're going till 7, right, Peg?
7 our time, yeah.
Okay, perfect. I was like, wait, hold on. We're not going till 6:30, are we? Good. Okay.
No.
Because that would be catastrophic. But no, I'm stoked. But how, right? So that's the how or the what of what I've been doing. The what of what we do is simple. I talked about it. We brand stuff on high quality kitchen knives. And I think the why, or excuse me, the how of the meat and potatoes of how that happened is what I want to dig into today. So what I want to share with y'all is what I've developed over the last 8-10 years is 7 keys for lifetime relationships. I used to call this 7 keys for lifetime clients, but I think we all can agree that relationships transcend the client relationship, right? That friendships come before client relationships and a lot of times afterwards too. But let me pull up my PowerPoint here. And I think it's really simple. It starts with a mindset, right? And the mindset is simple. The mindset is be more in love with your clients than you are with your business. And then here, give me 1 second. I'm just going to shut this real quick, just so it's less noise. Working out of the garage office. You're actually the first presentation, not a presentation at all, but keynote for this that I've done in this office, and the interest of my neighbors who aren't super hyped about 6 a.m. calls. I was like, maybe I'll shut the garage door before I start getting into it because they don't want to learn about keys for lifetime clients. Hi neighbors, do you want to learn about 7 keys of lifetime relationships before 7 a.m.? They probably want to sleep. So be more in love with your clients than you are with your business. Here's the thing. Walk around as if people have a sign around their neck that says, make me feel important, right? And your job simply is this. Today, be a detective. Find out what that thing is. Most common misconception about salespeople is that they're really good talkers, right? I'm speaking right now. I do stand-up comedy. I'm a professional speaker, blah, 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 all those things. You're a great salesperson. That's not why I'm a great salesperson. I'm a great salesperson because I'm not a great talker, but I'm a great what?
Listener.
Right. Be a detective and find out what that thing is. Actively listening to people, asking good questions is some of the things we're going to talk about today. The numbers, here's the numbers by the book in case you love them. I'm not a big numbers person myself. I'm more about action and moving forward. But 68% of people will move on from their salesperson because they feel that they're indifferent. We do this. Everyone does this. Let me give you an example. I go to a dry cleaner that is 1 mile further away than the closer dry cleaner because that dry cleaner remembered my name one time. He probably still doesn't even know it. But that one time, Kaz remembered my name. We had a conversation. That's just my dry cleaner for life, right? If you don't think you do this, have you ever driven an extra quarter mile down the road to get the cheaper gas? That's making you feel important. That's making you feel better. But look, I said already, it's the client equation. It's 5 times more expensive to get a new client than it is to retain a current one. It's really quite simple. In our industry, shout it out. Is there a lot of competition in real estate or a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the whole lot, right? Only 9, not 99% of people can name their real estate professional just 2 years after a transaction. That's why branding yourself on something that lasts is important. 86% of people, 9 out of 10 people said they would use the same agent. According to NAR, only 8% actually do. We go from 1 out of 10 people say they will use you again to 9 out of 10 people say they would use you again to 1 out of 10 people actually do. Why? Tell me.
They don't remember you. You didn't stay
I've been
in
doing this
touch.
for a decade.
Lack of follow-up.
Yep. All right answers. I'm yet to hear a different one. We all know the answer, right? Such is in life. We all know the right thing to do, but yet not everybody here has the bank account and the body that we all desire sometimes. I'm pointing fingers at myself. Point is, we all know the plan. We all know the action, but we have to follow through on it. I'm going to talk about today is turning a satisfied customer into a raving fan. Has anyone read the book Raving Fans?
Not
Check
the whole
that one
thing.
out.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a couple book suggestions throughout this. I mean, number one, I appreciate Peg the shout out. I'd recommend checking out my book. It's about making small changes over a long period of time. That's what I talk to kids about, or young people across the country. So this is me when I was in middle school. I used to be like a super obese kid. I love pizza. I still love pizza. I just have a side affair with pizza now. But I got kicked out of my high school. Not for being fat, they don't do that, but just for being a derelict and a bunch of trouble with the law, all types of stuff you love to call your mom about at 1 a.m. But point is this: the book is the same reason I'm here today. Is if you have the ability to help somebody, in a lot of ways, you have a responsibility to help somebody, right? So I wrote the book for the same reason that I'm giving this presentation, for the same reason I biked across the country, is that if you have the ability, in a lot of ways, you have a responsibility, right? And so a satisfied customer versus a raving fan. Satisfied customer is simply someone who you did business with, and that's just about it. They get your emails, they go into spam, right? They get the flyer, it goes into the trash. They get the magnet, it doesn't stick to the fridge. Look, that's them on the left. Look how satisfied they are. They're part of that 86% of people who said they would use you again. Now, Mr. Johnny Raving Fan over here on the right, that's what we're trying to build. And today I'm going to teach you how to convert a satisfied customer into a raving fan. A raving fan hears the word real estate, moving, thinking about it, trying to downsize, coming into the area. He hears these catchphrases and goes, oh, if you're thinking about moving, you've got to talk to Peggy. She's the best realtor. She has the best client appreciation party every single year. You got to have her out and talk to you about your house. The ATM machine in the middle simply represents your database, right? The only thing you actually own is your database. No one here owns, Zillow or Trulia or NAR or anything like that. So what are we doing to stimulate and appreciate that database? And then the last few things here is, we talked about this briefly, but a recap is, you own what? You own your
Relationships.
That's it, right? And a business is only as strong as its key employee and client relationships. So remember, there's two buckets in business. There's lead gen and there's goodwill. Don't abandon one to pay for the other, right? This talk isn't about, oh, give up on your lead genning, stop filling that pipeline because you've already got a sphere. It's about utilize that sphere while at the same time continuing to build that pipeline. That's what's going to produce that continuous repeat referral-based business. I hear sometimes, oh, I give great service. That's my gift to people. Well, I mean, in today's high competition world where anybody can drop a Yelp or a Google review in a second, like, giving great service is a requirement, right? So what we're going to talk about is gifts and acts of service. Okay. Gifts. My mom taught me this growing up. I believe it's probably why I got into the gifting industry, is it's not, or why I've excelled in it. It's not the size of the gesture you make. It's the fact that you make a gesture in the first place. Think of the last time you received a gift. Maybe it was a Christmas present. Maybe it was a Cutco present. Maybe it was a surprise present. Think for a second.
Mm-hmm.
How does that make you feel? Shout it out. What are some of the things you're feeling right now?
Loved, cared about. Come on, guys, wake up. It's Wednesday.
You're killing it, Peggy. I love it. No, it's like, are you saying that? Or are you reading the slide?
Wonderful.
Exactly the way, right? And here's the thing, and that you have to remember is,
Oh, I didn't see the slide.
Yeah, repeat what you just said. It's not the size of the gift you give.
yeah, sure. And it's not the size of the gesture you make, it's the fact that you make a gesture in the first place. Mom taught me that growing up, and it's but I was gonna say is, like, do you remember the person who gave you that gift?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Because remember, it's not what people say or do, it's how people make you feel. So these 7 things, as we're going through them, they start relatively simple. They ramp up in what I call fun or complexity as we go there. And I'm going to challenge you today. It's Wednesday. It's not even 7 a.m. These are 7 things. And I promise you, if you implement at least 1 to 3 of these over the next year, the trajectory of your business will change. But I'm challenging you is, how many of these things can you do today, right? I bet you can complete all 7 if you really wanted to. I do 3 to 4 of these on a daily basis regularly, and that's why my business produces referrals and repeat business regularly. But I challenge you this: what if I put this out here? So this is 10 grand cash. All right. If I offered this through the Zoom chat right now, show of hands, who thinks, even without knowing what these 7 keys are, who thinks they can get at least 5 of these things done today for the 10 grand?
I'll definitely do it.
Yep. I bet you will. Because here's the thing, this represents about half of the average commission where I live. And that's what this is in your bank account, doing these little things, right? And I know some of you are thinking right now, like, I want that money as bad as I want this money to be real. So it's okay, don't worry. But look, 10 grand cash is what you're sitting on the table with a lot of phone calls and emails and messages that you can be sending, but it's a lot of things that just get left between the cracks. So let's jump into it. As we go through these things at the end, I am going to ask you which one of them that you're going to do. And we'll kind of take it from there. But number one is you own what? Your relationships, right? You own your people. At Sharp Retention at Cutco, when you order gifts from our team, it sounds kind of silly, but you go in our people base. It's not a database because they're not data to us. We shift the mindset of who these people are. And if we make much, much less off of a knife sale, do you think you should care more or less about the people in your database for a home sale?
No.
Right? You must have an organized CRM, and you must contact it 1 to 2 times a year to add value. Let's talk about what that means for a second. What's not a value add phone call to your clients? Tell me. My old agent used to call me all the time and ask me that same question that you all love to ask. What's not a value add?
Do you know someone that wants to sell or buy?
Bingo, right? Do you know anybody buying or selling real estate in the next 90 days? I'm not saying to never ask that question again, but I'm saying for people who we've already worked with or people in your sphere who clearly know you're an agent, that's not a value add conversation. So a lot of the things that I'm going to go through in these next 6 are value adds that you can do. As we go through these things, look at this equation down here at the bottom, the old 80-20 rule, right? 80% of your business will come from 20% of your current clients. Moving forward through these next 6 things, I want you to think about that 20% more than the 80%. Nothing wrong with that 80%, but those are people who are going to go get the regular email, get everything, on your database. But who is that 20%? Let's define them. They're a gold group. A gold group, you can call them a premier group. You can call them an A+ group. You can call them a diamond club group. I don't care what you call them. I just care that they're there. All right. If you're wondering what gold groups look like, they look like little gold men. All right. They're followed around. They wear black ties. Keep an eye out for them. They're generally followed by 2 guys in the same. I'm kidding. Look, I love this picture because it's got no face. And let's just say it's got no gender. Everyone can wear ties now. It's nobody, right? It's the thing in there. It's anybody. So how many people should I have on my gold client list? Great question. 20 to 25. 20 to 25 key employee and client relationships that you want to strategically appreciate for the next 365 days. I'm going to say that one more time. 20 to 25 key employee and client relationships that you want to strategically appreciate over the next 365 days. There's a couple of things I want you to pull away from that sentence. Number one, 20 to 25, right? You don't need 1 million. You don't need a ton. And if we don't have 20 clients yet, that's fine. Start with 5 people you know. It could be 5 people from the PTA, 5 other realtors, 10 clients, and 2 builders that you know. Or if you work with a lot of lenders, maybe it's 10 lenders and you get a lot of business that way. And you work with the head of the soccer team as your best friend, right? So just people you want to appreciate for the next 365 days. It's not a lifetime membership, friends.
Mhm.
Don't overthink it. This isn't saying, oh, I'm going to move in with Peggy or I'm going to move in with Mark and go do his lawn every single morning. No, this is something that, hey, these are people who I want to identify and let them know that they're an important part of my business. So when it comes to that time of buy, sell, or invest, that it's a no-brainer, right? Because what we believe is that it's not your client's job to remember you, right? It's your responsibility to make sure they never have the opportunity to forget about you. So identify your goal group. Does anyone have it written down? It must be written down. Show of hands. Anyone have this already?
We all have goals. Gold group. We should.
Love it.
Our
Sure. So
top
yeah, I figured, here's the thing. And I love being on these types of calls, and because I know I'm starting kind of simple, is remember, 86% of people said they would use you, 8% actually do. I understand I'm talking to some people right now who are part of that 8%. I'm sure we can all agree that number should be higher and we should all be a part of it. So some of these things might be stuff that you've heard, but I also challenge, what are we implementing on a daily basis? So let's get into the more fun stuff, because I think the simple things we already know. Number 3, what's everybody's favorite thing in the whole world to talk about?
Themselves.
Yeah. So we give them a
Yes.
chance to. Has anyone used this before, the all about you form? So this can be used in multiple different ways. You can use this for past clients. I've actually really loved, I have agents who are now using this as part of their listing presentation. And here's how you do it. Hey, Peggy, you're a really important person in our life and our business. I'd love to learn more about you when you have a moment. If you wouldn't mind filling out this form, you can send it physically with a return stamp. You can send it digitally with a Google form, or you can do, frankly, what I've been doing the last few years is keeping it less formal. Is I just, what do detectives do? What do detectives do?
Ask questions.
Just ask questions. Just find out about people in real time. We'll get into that in a second. But this is called the All About You form. Peggy, I'm going to send this PowerPoint to you and the whole slide here. So don't worry about like taking screenshots or whatever.
You can post it in the chat if you want, and then everyone will get it.
Okay, cool. And make sure to remind me before the end here, and I'll make sure to do that. T-shirt size, right? Why do we want to know your t-shirt size? So we don't want to send an extra little t-shirt to an extra big guy, right? It's like we can send him a t-shirt that says best day of my life. This reminds me of the day that we met, right? One of my favorite things to do is find out what people's favorite sports team is. So just perfect example, last week, because I listen and I know he is a huge Michigan fan, client of ours, David Broden with C21 down here in Temecula. He's ordered gifts from me like 5 or 6 times. Found out he's a huge Michigan fan. That's blue. That's University of Michigan. So what did I do? I got a custom Cutco pizza cutter made with the University of Michigan on it, right? Hey, I hope this keeps your game day cutting edge. Charities. Are you donating to your top 5 clients' charities every single year? Because if you want them to donate to your most important charity, which is technically yourself, right? Your business, are you leading first with value to them? So I'm always donating as much as I can. My goal financially and business-wise is to donate my age in dollars to every charity on Facebook that my clients put up, right? Because people care about people who care. Look, I biked across the country for charity. I know how hard it is to raise money. I know that when people put on Facebook, hey, this is the most important cause in my life, this is the thing that I support the most, I say, hey, if that person said, hey, we're having a fundraiser, can you come out and buy a drink at my fundraiser? I'd say, of course I would. There's no doubt about it. So why can't I donate $35? Right? I've always said when I was, in raising money, and this is still the case, because it costs $33 on average to treat a patient at our clinic. Our money goes so far in other countries. It's truly unbelievable. But if people ever want to be like, hey, I don't think I'm going to donate, but let's go out and grab drinks sometimes. I'm like, hey, save the drinks and just donate whatever you're going to give to the charity. I've always said, if you've got money for happy hour, you got money to donate. And sports teams, hobbies, it's all the fun stuff of finding out what your clients actually do. Like, oh, you ride bikes? I ride bikes. You drink beer? I drink beer. You watch paint dry? I watch paint dry. It doesn't matter. Let's get together and do it together. Finding out about your clients, going deep on it. And then the last thing is, are you collecting info on their family and their spouse, right? Great quote from John Rulin is that take care of the family, the rest will take care of itself. So get the All About You form, fill that out or send it to people. But I've heard people using this as a listing presentation. Right? They'll bring this as part of their listing presentation and say, hey, by the way, the most important thing about my business is the relationships that we're forming, not about the houses that we're selling. And so I'd love, while you're, either thinking about signing the listing presentation or, hey, now that we're a new client, fill this out and get it back to me so our team can send you some really cool stuff. One of the things we sent out last year to our gold group, and I'm going to get into some of my little cool doodads here, a really high quality candle. Really nice candle from Bath and Body Works, and let people know how important you are to them. So it says, thanks for lighting my year on fire. Thanks for lighting my year on fire. You played a crucial role in my life and business this past year. I appreciate you very much. Let's light up 2023 together. Little gifts along the way, right? So I came with a nice candle, and then my info and stuff on the back. My only recommendation would be, don't write the year on here, right? If you're going to make these little notes, Just write, let's light up next year together, or else you're going to be like me, where you used 25 out of 150. They're useless. But so let them know how important they are to you. My favorite one here, it's becoming my favorite because this is actually the most powerful thing that you can do, is be a connector. All right. Is anyone here a member of BNI or heard of it before? Yep. Giver's gain. Don't just ask for referrals, give them on a regular basis. So your goal should be to connect and give one high quality referral a day. One of my affirmations is that I get referrals regularly. And that happens because I'm giving referrals regularly. And so the way you can do that is asking good questions. But look, be a connector, right? So everyone on here is the real estate expert to their clients, right? No matter where you are, what market you're in, you to your clients, you are the expert. So that means that you are connected with all other experts, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, the obvious ones for the home, but you also know the expert hairstylist, who's the 2 best dry cleaners, where's the 3 best places to get frozen yogurt. Obviously, you've got 2 mechanics on speed dial, 3 plumbers, all these different things. So you're constantly, again, sell someone a home, you'll probably become their client, their agent. Solve a problem in their life that doesn't have to do with real estate, and you will become their friend. So this kind of leads into the number 5 point, but it's asking 2 main questions. These are questions that I try to ask as many people as possible, as genuinely as possible. What's a big goal you're working on right now? What's something you're working on? Or another way to say that for people who might not be as goal oriented as a business owner, what's something you're excited about right now? What's a big goal you're working on? What's something you're excited about? And I'm going to get more into that, excuse me, in a second. But then what's the biggest challenge stopping you from getting that? Or what's the biggest challenge stopping you from getting that? So, I mean, like real world example of how this just happened to me about a week and a half ago. I asked a very high level agent with EXP who's launching a military type program, what's a big goal you're working on? And then when you ask them that question, what do?
You listen.
Yeah. Stop playing conversational tennis and start being a conversational receiver. And I'm guilty of it too, but asking good questions and being receptive of how can I help, right? So what's a big goal you're working on? And then what's a big challenge stopping you from getting there? What's the biggest challenge stopping you from getting there? So I say, hey, what's a big goal you're working on? He goes, I'm launching this new big military program. That's awesome, man. What's something you're excited about with it? And he went on and on and on. Long story short, I was like, you got to meet Jay Johnson. He's a guy I work with too. I sent a 3-way text, and apparently my 3-way text has started an entire new company. These two have partnered up to have a massive new venture and an entirely new branded business, but you don't know. Thank you, Dee Dee. I appreciate it. It does feel good. It feels good to connect those things. And sometimes, I don't get those texts every single day. Sometimes you give someone a referral and they don't even use it because they don't even want it in the first place. But the point is, be that connector. You don't know by asking good questions how you can solve a problem in someone's life that has nothing to do with real estate, and they will do business with you no matter what because you are their friend, right? So and then being a connector, invite to events. So who on the call is hosting at least one client or appreciation type event a year? All right, here we go. That's something to do. So I do stand-up comedy. Peggy's going to come out sometime too. This is something I put on for agents in California. If you ever want to host an event, I can help with that, but it doesn't have to be comedy. It can be a movie night. It could be a car wash. It could be a bake sale. It could be a giveaway. Have something you're inviting people to. Be the person, and I hate to bring, I wasn't the cool kid in high school. You saw my picture, but be the cool kid in high school is always having the party. Hey, I got the party going on. And we all know it's not about being cool. It's about having the people there, right? But hey, we're having this event and I want to let you know. And you don't even have to be at the event. Hey, I want to let you know there's a balloon festival in your town. I know your kids love balloons. I was just thinking about you. Hey, I know there's the Raiders are coming into town. Just wanted to give you a heads up. You probably know, you probably got tickets. It doesn't matter the size of the gesture that you make. It matters that you make a gesture in the first place. I take pictures.
To understand that, the important is to invite people. They remember the invitation even though they can't make it.
Absolutely.
Excellent point. Excellent point. 90% of the time they're not going to show up, and that's just fine. That's a great point, is that you have a conversation. So that's a great way to lead into number 5, is having those conversations. One's a good time to have those conversations is never eat alone. And by the way, sir, what's your name? Raving at Overstreet.
Sweetheart.
Sweetheart. Hey, good morning, sweetheart. Good to see you.
Reading.
Reading. It's Reading. Okay. Okay, cool. Nice to meet you, man. I wasn't sure if that was like a company name or anything, but Reading, go. Pleasure to meet you. And then you've been to Quincy,
call me
Florida?
Tucker.
We call him Tucker.
Yep.
Tucker, perfect. You've been to Quincy, Florida?
I have been.
You must be from the Panhandle or driven through.
Actually, I had a great aunt that lived there.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, beautiful little town. So very cool, man. So look, never eat alone. All right. Now, it doesn't have to be food. We're Americans. Everything is food to us. But look, let's be real. Lunch is the simple, easy way. Most people are eating a meal in the middle of the day, but it can be getting together for happy hour. It could be meeting at a kid's soccer practice or game. The point is 2 times a month, right? Let's go back. You got 25 gold clients. You have 52 weeks in the year. It doesn't take a mathematician to figure that out. You're going out to lunch, coffee, tea, hanging out, doing whatever with clients and asking good questions and finding out about their business and life. Going back to trying to give a good connection, solve a problem, right? Be there for them. And frankly, in today's, this is important to hear, like, don't be like, oh, I need to be the superhero and solve all their problems. In today's crazy world, and I'm just speaking personally too, with high cost of therapy and all the madness that's happening in the world, you know, it's a really gift to a lot of people sometimes is just shutting up and listening for 30 minutes, letting them talk, finding out really what the problem might be in their life. And you might not be able to solve it. It's probably above most of our pay grades, but I've had really enjoyable, long and intense conversations by allowing people to just share with me. And through that, something will come up naturally. So again, it's not about showing up and making this big grand gesture, and it's not about taking them to the best restaurant in town. You can have a lot more of a valuable meeting with a $14 of coffee than you can have with $1,400 of Dom Perignon, as long as you're listening to the person while you're going through it. This next one, though, is one of my personal faves. I do this every single day. Obviously, what's the easiest day in the whole world to make someone feel important? What is the day, the alley-oop, slam dunk, easy day?
Today.
Their
That's a good one.
birthday. Their
Bingo.
birthday.
Yep.
Birthday?
Yep. All right answers. Today, every day, and birthday are all acceptable answers. But yeah, their birthday. All right. So I'm going to give you my 3 do's and my 3 don'ts of what I call my birthday system for lifetime relationships. This is something I do absolutely every single day. Or some, we'll talk about it. If you miss, there's nothing wrong with a belated birthday message, but this was actually on a license plate. When I walked out of an office, I gave this message one morning in an escrow office, and this was right outside. And I was like, talk about make me feel important, right? Like, happy birthday to me. I absolutely love it. So 3 do's and 3 don'ts. All right. So the first do, remember that 80-20 rule. Okay. So the first do is going to be for probably 80 to 90% of people. I use Facebook to let me know when it's people's birthday. You can use Facebook. You can use your database. You can use your calendar. I don't care what you use. I care that it works for you. So utilizing something that's going to let you know whose birthday it is. Facebook on the right-hand side will tell you it's everyone's birthday right there. So the first thing that we'll do is every single day at 8 a.m., I have a time block, and it's birthday messages. It doesn't get done every single day exactly at 8 a.m., but if it's not in the calendar, it doesn't exist. And so I send it, and it says really simple. And I'll even show you real quick. Hold on. I'm going to pull it off the share, and I'll just go over in the calendar, and I would put it in the chat right here. I'm going to put all 3 of them, actually. There we go. So it says, happy birthday, blank. I hope you have a wonderful birthday and you make this year your best one yet. I think every person deserves that, right? So here are, copy them. All my birthday messages are in the chat. I have different ones for different years, and you can utilize and make in your own. The second thing is birthday videos. Who here is sending I'm going to see on the, I'm going to make my group here a little larger. Who here is sending birthday videos already? Anyone?
No, but when I
Cool.
got one, I loved it. I was shocked.
Samia, cool. How did that make you? Yeah, shocked, Peggy?
Yeah, totally shocked. It was really nice.
Love it. And so that's one of the things that I do. I'm going to show you how I do my birthday video. And I wake up to this pretty much every single morning. This isn't why I do it. I'm just saying this is the types of responses you're going to get from people by taking 1 to 3 minutes out of your day to let some of the most important people in your life know that they're the most important people in your life. And I'm actually, in the interest of my buddy who's sleeping inside, I thought about this last night because I got home and I did this last night at about 11 p.m. I'm just going to show you the video so it's not super loud, and you'll understand why I'm doing the video when you hear it, because it's very, very loud. Here's the thing. You be you. Give up being perfect for being authentic. All right. So here's how I shoot mine, then we'll talk about it for a second. Happy birthday, my friend. I know it's late in the day, but wanted to take a moment and congratulate you here on yet another spin around the sun. But how much I appreciate you, buddy. So grateful to know you. You are literally the most grateful man that I know, Mr. Thank You himself. So appreciate the positive impact you've had on my life throughout the many, many years, man, through Cutco, through motivation, through lifestyle. You are all around General Mr. Awesome. Yeah, it's your next book, General Awesome. But just thanks for being you, buddy. Authentically incredible, and spread such a great, a massive wave of gratitude throughout the entire world that ripples through so many people. I'm on my like 700 something thank you letter, and really appreciate you for being the catalyst and the spark that started all that. So for your birthday this year, dude, I wanted to share something kind of neat. I did a little bit of research for you. I went to nationalcalendarday.com, which is the world's leading source in calendar information, according to them. Did you know, John, your birthday, May 21st, is National Solitaire Day. Also, National Craft Distillery Day. And it's National Buy a Musical Instrument Day. So get out there, my friend. Hope you play some solitaire, maybe at a distillery. Get yourself a new instrument. Have the best day of your life. And I hope this year is your best one yet. Busy. The beginning and the end are the exact same every time. The middle, now that was what I would call 2.0 video, meaning I did those little fun facts. Peggy, you can expect those next year. Those come, you gotta keep one upping yourself is what I tell myself, which is probably gonna kill me one day. But is 2 to 3 sentences about why you care about that person. It could be a memory of when you first met. It could be something you did together. It could be something that you admire about them. I sent these birthday videos to people that I don't really know yet, that I haven't done business with yet. I've sent them to people who I want to do business with, or that I just appreciate and love. I've sent them to celebrities. I've sent them to people, all like friends, family, old high school friends, and you can get it, but it's like a friend you haven't heard from in 10, 15, 20 years. I mean, do you think they might need to buy a house in their lifetime? Probably. So maybe you should let them know about that one time in high school where you made milk squirt out of their nose. It was the funniest thing. You still think about it here 20 years later. Remember what we said? Make me feel important. There's no easier day in the whole world to say, hey, you're a really important person. Look, let's be real. We're on Zoom right now. So I can say this because you didn't have to go to a birthday party. You didn't have to buy a gift. You don't have to make arrangements. You don't even have to put on pants. You literally just have to tell this person why you love them so much, right? Peggy's gonna be, everyone always wonders, like, is he even wearing pants during those videos? I don't know, maybe I'm at home. But the thing is, like, take that second and look, that's me. I'm super high energy. Don't be afraid. Actually, I'm just gonna pull this off real quick so I can share the last few things and we'll wrap it up. Don't be afraid to send birthday videos that go just like this. I've sent a whole bunch of them. Say, hey, buddy, hey, Peggy, I'm in a hotel room right now in Barstow. It's 11 o'clock at night, but there's no way I'm going to bed without letting you know how much I appreciate you. We've had so much fun with each other, blah, 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 like over these past few years. And just letting them know right then. So, hey, I hope you have a wonderful birthday and make this year your best one yet. Take 30 seconds and just send it out. And then the last thing is send them something cool. Send them a gift. Have stuff ready to go. And so I'm going to show you a couple little doodads that I have at all times ready to rock. So at all times, we're all traveling with thank you cards, right? Everyone always has thank you cards on them or near their person. That no one has to raise their hands, but that's just your reminder to do so. Live a life, an attitude of gratitude, right? These can go to clients, to friends, to underappreciated Starbucks workers, to toll house people, to pilots on planes, to people who just get shit on day in and day out, who literally never get a thank you note in their entire single life. Send that to them. Birthday cards. This one says homes and birthdays. If you do them right, they both build what? If you do them right, they both appreciate more each year. I send out. These are fun. Best day of my life. Best Day of My Life is a sponsor of Eric Rides for Hope. So shameless plug. If you ever buy a Best Day of My Life and you put in code EricG at checkout, half of the money goes directly to my hospital in Haiti. They're a big supporter of our ride. They do t-shirts and stickers. The stickers are $1. The t-shirts are $26, I think, or maybe 30 now. And send it with a thing. It says, hey, this reminds you of the first day that we met. I can't even tell you how many photos I've received of people wearing those shirts at their kids' graduation, at the mall, whatever. They're all like all over the place. I have one who wore it to a concert that he was in. He was in a huge concert and he was like wearing it on stage drumming. It was really, really cool. So again, the thing that you're probably noticing about these things, there's one common theme, and it's not that they're all Cutco knives. It's they're all non-consumable things that make people feel good past the time that you give it to them, right? I heart Cutco stickers. You can all get these stickers made, right? And then the last thing is it's become kind of famous in the industry. You should, in my opinion, I think you should all have business cards that are shaped like a house. Or I actually had a client of mine. Oh, is it right here? Yes. Oh, Peggy, you were here the day. This is actually an agent at the EXP event. I'm so mad that
Yes, I have those in my room. And somebody said to me, why do you have all those $100 bills lying around?
Yeah.
I said, look closely.
This is I'm giving her coolest business card of 2023, possibly of all time, because I was like, oh, this is cool. She goes, yeah, that's what I do. I help people make money. I was like, genius. Anyway, and then hold on, where is it? Yeah, this was another one I got. This is a fun one. Lay a couple of those around on the street. I bet you get a phone call and his stuff's like right there on the inside. Ironically, his phone number is not in there, which I found to be interesting, but that's technology. He put a QR code instead because he's one of the cool kids. The point is, send them something cool, all right? So
hold on a second. We have someone in the chat. I didn't see who it was to say, ask you a question. Who can see?
Let's hold to the end because I want to bring it home. Hold your question real quick because I want to
Okay.
wrap it up. I want to respect everyone's time. I know people probably have a hard out around 7 too. I do have a minute to hang after, but I want to kind of get everyone done. So the 3 don'ts. Look, the 3 don'ts are much faster than the do's. All right. Number 1, don't write on their wall. For Facebook, stop doing that. Just send them a direct message. Same amount of keystrokes. 10 times the response. Don't write on their wall ever again, please. Second don't forget to double check their names. As you systemize this and you're doing this quickly and you're sending sometimes 10 or 15 quick birthday messages a day late at night, maybe you've had some wine, don't send a message to Peggy that says happy birthday, Robert. I've done it a bunch. It's not good. Double check the names. And don't spell it wrong. Don't send me a message on my birthday that says happy birthday, Eric, with a K. I will unfriend you right then and there. No, right? That's an Eric thing. And then the last thing is don't send a lame gift. Don't send a lame gift. And what is a lame gift? A lame gift is simply a gift that doesn't represent that lifetime relationship that you plan on having with people. It's really simple. People usually, when it comes to appreciating their clients, closings, home anniversaries, client appreciation events, they scramble. They go buy a bottle of champagne or a gift card or a gift certificate. They don't really think about this. Exactly. There we go. And you could do the best thing is, I mean, look, you call it here's the deal. I mean, it's not really illusion. The punchline is give them something that represents that lifetime relationship. If there's a better product to be talking about that, I'd be on here, the other sharpest guy, but it's not. And that's why we brand you on a high quality American made product that's guaranteed forever, that creates a system for you. Right? No one's job on this call is to run around town customizing gift baskets or running to the liquor store, buying the expensive bottle of champagne, hoping that their family still drinks. Every client has a kitchen. Every person cuts food into smaller pieces to fit it in their mouth. Quick story about this one, and then we're going to kind of wrap it up here, answer any questions. Remember, 9, 9% of people can name their agent. So one of my clients, Kim Buckingham, she gives out this one. It's all their Santoku knife. They come in black, white, and red handles. She got a, what is number 7? Number 7 is have a gifting system. That we're on number 7 right now, Janet, is have a gifting system. In fact, actually, here, let me make it easier here because I did pull off the share. Boom. This one, she sent me a text message back in September. I get these texts at least once a week during the holidays, but it said yada, yada, yada. By the way, Kim is the agent. Kim, we love, all caps, love the Cutco knife. My husband calls it the Kim Buckingham. He walks around the kitchen yelling, all caps, where's my Kim Buckingham? My friends, again, it's not your client's job to remember you. It's your responsibility to make sure they don't have the opportunity to forget about you. And that's what we do with this brand. So they're also 100% tax deductible because they are engraved with your information. So the way that it works is we ship you out a supply of gifts to have on hand for the year, right? We call it a year supply. Think of it like business cards, right? You don't wake up every day and order 10 business cards. You order 1,000 of them at the beginning of the year. You keep them in your office and you give them out as you go. These are more expensive than business cards, so you don't have to order 1,000. You definitely can. If you need to order 1,000, please call me immediately after the call. But most people order 6, 10, 20, 50 gifts. We ship you everything all at once. You see a proof of what it looks like, and then we bill it. We bill it over 6 months or 12, automatically interest-free. So the whole idea is, hey, I'm giving out 2 gifts a month. We'll bill you for 2 gifts a month, but they're already there, ready to go. Every gift has a gift letter that it comes with, as well as a gift giving script. And I'm not going to give the whole thing right now, but it basically says all the things, high cut code, super high quality. It lasts forever, just like the type of service I'm going to give you. And in fact, Peggy, here's the first piece of Cutco we're giving you. We're looking forward to building up your set over time, simply by allowing us to help with your friends and family in real estate. So you'll end up like Kim, who calls me every single year to order more Santoku knives and says, Eric, I need the next knife because I got another referral. So I'm going to put my info here in the chat. In fact, actually, I'm going to give away, I'm going to do a giveaway right now. I'm going to give away $100 of free Cutco. Y'all good with that? It's early in the morning. Let's get, never too early to give away.
Oh my God. Open up the full
Pull out your
screen
phones
there.
real quick.
I want to
Pull
see
out.
everybody.
Yeah. Let's do that. Pull out
And
your phones
everybody
real
should
quick.
be on camera. Come on.
I'm going to have you shoot me a text message, okay? I'd love the opportunity to connect with everybody one-on-one. Of course, answer any questions you have, both about Cutco or add value in any way possible I can to your business or life. To do that, we can just set up a quick Zoom call. It takes about 15, 20 minutes. If you meet with me, I will send you a signed copy of my book just for meeting with me. I would love the opportunity to connect. And then go over if you have any questions about gifts and stuff like that. Now, to get entered in the drawing, all you have to do is text me. And I'm going to put my number in the chat. Oh, yep, there we go. I'm going to have you text me with just your name. If you want to get together, again, take 15, 20 minutes. I'll answer any questions about gifts, send you a book. Put the word sharp, SHARP, like, wow, those Cutco knives are sharp. And I will follow up with you later today with some times to meet. Remember, just your name for the drawing and the word sharp. And you're going to text it to 858-255-1142. Say it again. It's in the chat. 858-255-1142. And while those come in, we'll answer. I think Janet or someone had a quick question, but look, my friends, I'm there. Here we go. They're coming through now. And really good. Got it. Appreciate the opportunity with everybody. And just look, it's not the choices you've made in the past, but it's entirely who you choose to be. It's the choices you make today that will dictate where you're going in the future, right? The best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. Second best time, right now. And that's what this is with these things. So we don't have time to go around and have everybody share their individual things, and that's totally fine. But I do want to open it up if anyone has any quick questions, and I want to, obviously get everyone out of here as on time
Eric,
as possible.
thank you. You put a lot. You were nonstop talking an hour. That was amazing, all the information that you had. Can you put the slides up in the chat? And then someone had a question that about a script. Do you have the script on what to say?
So I have we have the gift giving script. That's for Cutco. And then I think you might be talking about, I have the all about you form. I'll put that in the chat right now.
Great.
Cool. Any other questions? And we'll give away some Cutco. And then the first thing somebody asked, don't judge your raw footage off of someone else's highlight reel.
That was amazing. Yes. I think
I've-
everybody here, it should call an affiliate, ask them to coffee, and all you want to do is find out more about them, because you never, ever know where that's going to lead. Bennett, did you have a question?
Well, yeah, I had two. Did you put the form up of the questions? You were going to include that?
PowerPoint's in the chat, and the all about you form going in there right now.
Okay. And on the, I always heard that for the analytics of Facebook, that if you like somebody, you need to put something written in it to
Mhm.
improve the analytics. So, but
So-
you're saying you personal message them instead.
Yeah, stop. And again, not get it. It's like, wow, going too deep on it. Just don't write on their wall, because I don't even read that anymore. It gets condensed into one thing. If we want to talk analytics, here's a little inside baseball that I learned after I started doing this. But I have confirmed this with two people who work in the industry. If you send someone a direct message on Facebook and they open it and they respond to it, you will go up in their algorithm. They will see you more, because Facebook now recognizes you as a person that they know.
Okay.
And so there's no coincidence behind a lot of the time people go like, oh, I see you all the time on Facebook. I see you all the time on Facebook. And it's not like trust me, I'm trying to get this thing out of my hand as much as humanly possible. But it's the world, but it's like, I'm not like living on my phone and doing, oh, Facebook this, Facebook that. I post maybe once every few days. But because I'm engaging with people on the chat, it's going to show up more.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else before we say goodbye? Eric, this was great. Thank you. Great
course.
call. Great
Go ahead and
information.
pick a number 1 through 8, please.
Who?
You.
Oh, 7.
Lucky number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dee Dee. You're the winner.
Oh,
Dee Dee Roca.
Dee.
Nice. Congrats. I got $100 of Cutco for you. And then I'm going to tag, I got a few minutes. Yeah, I got a few minutes before my next meeting. I'm going to text everybody with times to meet, and you're welcome. Congratulations. I'm here for y'all anytime. I am the sharpest guy, on all things social media. Feel free to reach out if there's anything I can ever do to talk to your teams or help out in any way possible. I'm grateful for the opportunity to share. I'm glad everyone liked it.
Thanks, Eric.
Thanks, Eric. That was really nice to give a gift away. That's really sweet.
You got it. Oh, and one last gold nugget for you. You're very welcome. For the people who are on, I'm glad I saw this. Is send gold envelopes. Gold envelopes. They're super fun, right?
Okay.
Like little thing when you're sending mail is use gold envelopes, just because mail sucks. Mail is boring as an adult. It's no fun. Nothing fun ever comes in the mail. So send them something fun in the mail. But there's your little bonus
so
tip for
true.
you.
That is
But,
so true.
Right.
I don't want to get boring as I get older.
Nice to meet you, Bennett. And I'll text y'all. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Thanks, guys. I gotta run.
Later.
See you
Thank
Bye,
later.
everybody. Bye, Eric.
Bye,
Bye,
have a
Peggy.
great job.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Later.